So we have Geronimo here, and
Yeah,
who else is joining
and
us?
my co-star Mario, who stars as Luke in my film, did
Hello.
get here in time. So the two of us today.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. The fan film was just charming, to be quite honest.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of anything that's fringe, so that was amazing. With the kind of work you guys actually worked on, sorry, with the kind of set you guys worked on, um, how big was this green screen that you guys were working with, or were you guys in like completely different places?
No. We filmed it in the same location in my house, but the green screen was not very big because I only managed to set up a part of the wall covered with the green screen. So we have to very limited space to act in. So for most of the scenes where we're together, we're actually filming it in separate clips, and then I just mix them back in post because we couldn't fit all at once in the set.
Okay, I knew it. I knew it. This is why you
Yeah.
guys are actually on Best Actor, because I was like, wait, how are they doing the timing? Because I could see some of the green screen like full, flapping in the background, and I'm just like, no, they're not in the same room. It can't be, right? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I turn off my camera. If I can manage to do that with the new update. But the set was so small that in one of the
Yeah.
shots, I ended up hitting myself with a lightsaber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's from picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
and for some scenes, we had to be together for ease of editing later on. So sometimes an arm or a shoulder would pop out of the green screen, and we would have to crop out that entire section with masking later on, and it was a pain because for some scenes it was very long moments when the arm or the shoulder or whatever came out of the green screen. So it was a really hard thing to edit.
Oh goodness, no, I feel you. I feel you. I saw that with C3, C3PO, like just how they were puppeteering that. I'm like, they're not using a green screen. I could see like some sort of like stick or match or I don't know. I've like those are
Yeah.
probably like the smallest fingers I've ever seen. So
Yeah, we used an action figure and we puppeteered it next to a green screen, and due to some difficulties, I couldn't finish cropping out all the details from the puppeteering, so it is kind of visible in some scenes of the film.
no, that's fine. I don't know. I wish I could actually watch more of these in the quality they are. So that's like whatever effort you guys put in here was just perfect. Perfect. Um, Lightsabers. Everybody has their own technique whenever they actually do the lightsaber effects. What did you guys do?
Well, I mean,
We freestyled it.
He's the expert.
We freestyled it, honestly.
Okay.
I have some experience a little bit with Aikido.
Ah, fantastic.
So, and we basically played with a little bit of swords there, and so that my stance usually stayed very consistent. And the swinging, on the other hand, that was a big problem because, as you could probably tell, we didn't have a lot of space.
Yeah.
So, as to not hit myself again, a lot of the movements were a little bit short, and that's why I switched the grip, like have the lightsaber facing down. That was the most optimal, I guess, techniques or movements that we could work with in that small space.
Okay. Being an Aikido, I was this athlete. Was it hard for you to not say Han or Men?
No, not at all. Not at all, honestly. I mean, it was just we only did that for like a few weeks just because it was part of the tradition, I guess. And but yeah, I guess it was enough for me to stay consistent with my stance.
Okay. For the viewers that that are actually listening, when I mentioned Han and Men, every time an Aikido of this fighter has to actually hit anything, he has to call it. So that would be like their head or their hand. And I've had friends who would even actually do that without a sword, and I'm just like, what? Okay, okay. The hollow effects.
Well,
How did you guys
hologram.
actually work with that?
Since everything was being filmed on a green screen, that meant I had a lot of flexibility to experiment with any type of special effects. I search for tutorials and everything, but I couldn't find the thing I was looking for. So I just experimented with filters and effects and the opacity, and eventually I just got the right look. It's two pieces in every hologram. It's the subject and then the projection light. For the projection light, I used the same asset as the lightsaber for the flickering effect that projects from R2 to the hologram. And then for the other thing, I put like a TV distortion effect. I put some blue filters on it and I made it slightly transparent so that it wobbled like in the films and it looked a bit holographic.
Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. Oh, the effects on Leia when you actually, had her hologram actually appear. Were you the one that actually made that effect happen with like the distortion, or was it actually like a group effort?
Well, for the most part, I edited the film. I did receive some help from my friends, but I mostly figured that effect out on my own because I wasn't satisfied with what I found online. So I experimenting with the different effects that were available to me. That's the best thing I could do, and I think it looked pretty good.
Yeah, it did. It was fantastic. Well done. Um, let's see. The ships, were they action figures or were they pictures? I was having like a hard time figuring that one out.
There, for the most part, I took pictures. I have a big collection of miniature ships from the X-Wing and Armada miniature games. So I have all the ships that appear in the film are from my collection, and I took pictures of them for the right angles, and then I animated the pictures because I didn't at the time I couldn't figure out how to film the miniatures, but I figured out how to keyframe them to make them move as if they were actually moving in an animation. So I used the pictures and I animated those. But some other scenes were too complicated to do with pictures, like when the Falcon is landing in the ship at the beginning. I just grabbed the miniature and I flipped it around while I was filming it with my hand. That's why it's a bit shaky.
Okay. It's fantastic. I love the Wookiee mask. Where do I get one?
Yeah, that was actually a prop that was lent to me by my cousin, and the onesie was also lent to me. So we combined those two things and had my dad wear them because he's the tallest one, and it looks pretty funny.
It looks fantastic. I don't know. Like, I would actually just like just watch a movie on that. That was like, I loved it. I loved it so much. What else do I got here? The boxes.
Yeah.
Did you guys like print on the box, or did you take a marker?
That's painted. We bought some cardboard boxes, spray painted them. It's black, gray, and then the Jedi crate is the red one. And then we just grabbed some Sharpies and traced the lines basing on the crates that appear in the backgrounds of the films. We just copied it from those ones.
Okay, fantastic. I was like wondering, like, the circles on those, they look perfect.
They do.
Like, you didn't spray paint them. I did not notice if you did. So yeah, that was cool. That was cool. When coordinating the production, did you guys have a hard time, or was it just you already knew each other kind of deal?
Well, since my budget was very limited to what I could actually do, I could not hire any actors. So most of the cast and crew were family and friends. Chewbacca is my dad, and Darth Vader is also my dad. The Jedi Darth Vader fights at the beginning is my mom. The Rebel pilot is my brother, and then Luke Skywalker is my dear friend Mario. Leia is another friend. So I just asked a bunch of different friends if they wanted to help me out in the film, and of course they said yes. It's a very exciting thing, and we just had to find the right dates for everyone to be able to come and shoot in the same days. For some people, we didn't have to coordinate it that well because, for example, the Imperial Admiral, he appears individually in most of his scenes, except when he's with Darth Vader. But we shot all of the scenes separately, and then for the Darth Vader ones, we just had to be careful to time his dialogue with the other scenes so that both would match up.
That's fantastic. It's fantastic. Having your dad as the Wookiee and Darth Vader is pretty intimidating. So well done. Well done.
He's a tall guy. He's a very tall guy.
All All right. Um, Geronimo is in Mexico City. Was everybody else in the same city?
Yep.
Correct.
Okay. 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 What like have you guys had more experience in doing these productions? I mean, like I know like you're working with like your friends and such, but it does seem like you guys actually have had some experience in this. Do you guys have a theater background?
Well, I did take a couple years of theater in school. Nothing big, just like the after school theater. But I've always been really passionate about filmmaking, and this has been my first real big project. I had only done like small videos and very short films, but with very basic effects and everything. But for this one, I wanted to try and push my limits beyond what have ever done before. So it is my first time doing a short film to this scale.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Mario?
I mean, well, I did star in a school play, which was absolutely fantastic. I once again stole the whole show. But aside from that, nothing.
Okay.
No acting, none of that. So I
right.
guess jumping into it, like I jumped in, like just blind, just vibing it and seeing how it was going to go.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Well, are you guys actually going to be doing more? I mean, do you guys, where can we actually find more?
Yeah.
That's I'm under an NDA. I can't say.
We're currently in the post production of the sequel to this fan film. That it's a direct continuation, like if it was a series, because I based my film off of one of the episodes from the Clone Wars in its structure with the opening narration and an episodic structure. So the next part would be the episode that would follow that one.
Okay, fantastic. And I in the entertainment industry, it's a huge no-no to ever reveal your age. But are you guys in high school or in college?
High school.
I
High
mean,
school.
okay, I
Last
was
year of
about to
high
say,
school.
like, you guys are too pretty for college there.
Yeah, I know. I know.
All right. Let's see. Um, Mark R. Largent actually asks, how did you do the puppeteering for C3PO?
Oh, look, I have it right here. So we used this action figure, one of the Black Series figures, and we strapped some sticks and rubber bands to its arms. And we put a green screen behind it, and we would be pulling it very slow. It was almost like stop motion. We were pulling it slowly, and then all the clips would just fast forward a bit, so the movements looked a bit faster. But we just grabbed it with the rubber arm and started moving it slowly up and down for the different movements that he has behind a green screen.
Oh my gosh, that's smart. Nice, nice. I know, like, it's very hard to get a C3PO costume working for people because obviously moving in such a limited motion was is always a problem for people. So having it puppeteered from an action figure was very impressive to me because obviously I've never had a C3PO action figurine, but to actually kind of see it move exactly like the movies is just, oh wow, okay, that's, I gotta get one now. Okay,
yeah, one of the advantages of puppeteering it against acting is that by making it look more artificial, it helps enhance the robot feel of the character because he's supposed to be a robot, and if his movements are a bit jaggy and stiff, it's more like a robot would move instead of a person in a robot suit.
Yeah, perfect. The costumes you guys have got, was this were they hard to make or hard to find?
In my case, I grabbed a pair of pants that barely fit at the moment. By then too, they were pretty tight. I just grabbed the only boots I had in my closet, a black T-shirt, and I guess the coolest jacket that I had at the moment, and
Sexy
just
moves,
went with
friend.
it. Yeah, Hero on the other hand, he went a little bit overboard.
I had my Han Solo costume. I was just missing the boots, but for the rest of the characters, except Darth Vader, we had to get a costume because if you DIY a Darth Vader costume, you can kind of tell it's not it was not the feel I wanted for the film. So we actually got one, and then for Leia, and for Mario, we just improvised their costumes based on some references from the comics and the movies to see what clothes they had that matched the look of the character as much as possible.
Yeah.
And then we kind of worked off that.
Okay. Okay. It's lovely. Um, Jordan O'Neill asked what the sequel's called.
So
Again, I'm under an NDA.
it might be a bit, it might be a bit boring, but it's just Secrets of the Jedi Part 2, because it's supposed to be the holocron that Luke finds in the red crate possesses some secrets of the Jedi, but he doesn't actually find those secrets in the first film. That's what happens in the second one. It's much more focused on the title than in the first one.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Let's see. Why fan films?
Oh, great question. I've always liked Star Wars. It's a very, very big thing for me. And I was thinking of making a movie, and making a Star Wars movie always kept coming up because I remember as a kid I had the special edition DVD for Star Wars with the behind the scenes, and I loved watching the behind the scenes for any movie, but mostly for the Star Wars ones. And it just got implanted in my head to make a Star Wars film, and so I started planning and writing and researching, and I realized that it was a possible thing. It would obviously not look like the $200 million budget films, but for what I could do, it could be an impressive feat to test my limits. And so I gathered my friends and family and worked for like 3 months straight in filming, editing, writing, making the whole thing. And the finished project, it's something I can be very proud of because I've never gone to that level before. I set my bar too high for me at the beginning, and so I had to climb the ladder a lot to reach the point I wanted to achieve. But I think I managed to get there in the end.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
I know a lot of filmmakers actually struggle just making any production whatsoever. I've had one filmmaker that told me he spent way too much money, he felt, but it didn't feel right until he actually saw the full production. So he couldn't film for like another 2-3 years. But either way, like the struggle is real. The struggle is real, and I'm happy that you're part of this whole industry right now. And we all really need to actually stay creative. And I feel like your work's actually pretty inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any last words from either of you before we actually end this interview?
Well, I just want to thank everyone again for their help in the project. It was really a cooperative effort. And so thanks to everyone who helped me work on the film. This is a really great opportunity being part of this festival. And yeah, I'm very happy that everything has been going so well due to this film that I managed to achieve, even though I didn't think it was possible at the beginning.
Wonderful, wonderful. For those aspiring to, to make a fan film or just film at all, do you guys have any words of wisdom? So,
well, if there's something I've learned, it's that it helps to be passionate about something, because even though fan films are just fan films, they're a great starting point. And by being really passionate about filmmaking and about films and all that stuff, it really helps push people forward. And that's what happened to me. Star Wars helped me give me that final push to start making the films. So being passionate about the art and the part of filmmaking, it's really important to go out there and start doing the films.
Wonderful. Any last words, Mario, before we go?
Yes, to add to those little words of wisdom, if a friend just comes up to you and asks, "Hey, man, do you want to do a film? Do you just want to pick up the camera and do something fun?" Do it. Just do it. it's really a lot of fun. Even though if you're just like filming you guys doing a lot of jokes, uh, I I really don't like pictures, and so I usually just say good memories always stay in here. But that's usually how we make good memories. Just vibing it with the camera in there, just having a lot of fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mario, Geronimo. It's been a pleasure. And break a leg at the award ceremony.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Have a good one.